There are a lot of Amazon agencies in the industry helping Amazon sellers succeed by selling physical products on different marketplaces around the world. And Amazon agencies need special tools to run their operations. One of them is ZoneGuru, which we will talk about in this video. You will also find the link special for ZoneGuru Agencies Plan in the description. And my guest today is John Tilley, the CEO of ZoneGuru, who talks a lot with different Amazon agencies around the world. And he also will share in this session 10 pain points Amazon agencies face every day. Hello, John. I'm really excited to talk today about ZoneGuru's solution for agencies and also about the pain points Amazon agencies face every day. So it's nice to have you back.
Hey, thanks for having me, Augustus. Nice to be back here. So look, ZoneGuru, we've been around for a few years, and we have a big seller base, private label Amazon sellers that use our software globally. But in the recent years, we've really tested our product market fit with this growing segment of the e-commerce platforms globally, which are full service Amazon agencies. They typically have customers on various channels, but Amazon is a big one, and we have a great product fit there. So we've focused a lot with working on our software at the enterprise level to fit with agencies and aggregators, and we deal with a lot of them on a daily basis. So not only do we have software that works really well with them at a scalable level, but we also speak to them a lot every day. So I've got quite a lot of insights around the type of things that agencies are looking for in software, but more importantly, the types of challenges they're trying to solve for all of their clients on Amazon globally. So I'm excited to chat today.
Yes, and while John is sharing his screen, I wanted to remind that below in the description of this video, you will find the link to ZoneGuru's agency offer. You will get an extended free trial and full support by ZoneGuru's team. And at any time, if you enjoy this content, don't forget to click like and subscribe below this video. So John, I think we are ready to hear the 10 pain points of Amazon agencies.
Yes, so I'm going to go through slides for just a few minutes today, touching on some of the operational challenges that Amazon agencies have globally that we have as clients, and then also how to solve them with data. So, as I mentioned, we do have an enterprise agency solution, and typically the best fit that we have are agencies that have usually beyond 20 Amazon clients. So, some have 10, but typically when you hit about 20, you start to have a number of account managers, and you're looking for software that can really help you manage, operate your storefronts for your clients in a much more efficient, scalable way that really focuses on the things that matter and can move the needle for your clients. And that's what we have in our software. So that's where we really differentiate ourselves a lot from other competitors out there, is we're much more efficient, less admin time, and better output. But let me jump in and talk a little bit about some of the operational challenges that agencies have based on my conversations and insights that I have with them. And there are similar themes across all agencies that talk to us. Very quickly, 1 second here, we are an operational tool set for sellers and agencies. We have over 18 different tools. We're connected to North America, Europe, Australia, and India as marketplaces. And we have product research tools. We have search engine optimization tools, including the world's first ChatGPT integration for agencies and sellers. And then alerts, financials, business dashboards, and reviews as well. So everything from an operational tool set we have here, and I'm definitely going to show you the ChatGPT integration as well. All right, so some of the challenges that are faced, I'm going to just pull up a few bullet points here and talk to them. But here's some of the typical things. I think one of the big ones is market niche dynamics. So understanding the effect of competition and competition increasing in certain niches, North America specifically, but Europe for sure. Market share, what is the breakdown of the market share for main competitors? What's the overall total applicable market size for a niche? These are big challenges that agencies need to solve and have data that can solve it. Because at the end of the day, if they're taking on a client and they're expected to grow not only their revenue, but their market share within a niche, they have to have a good understanding of what that niche is doing. What are the competitors that make up that niche? And the overall trend, is it growing or is it decreasing? And contextually, if they are increasing the business, what's happening to the main competitors? Are they growing as much or more, right? So these are very important questions that agencies need data to solve, to really take on a client and grow them. By the way, when I talk about these, you'll see there's some very common themes between this as well as just a typical seller, right? So maximizing product visibility. So from the SEO side, understanding session percentage, how much traffic can you get to listings, and where that traffic is coming from internally and externally. Conversion percent, it's critical, right? How well do those listings convert from an SEO perspective for organic and paid traffic, and understanding conversion percent. Big one, balancing profitability with pricing. So, a very strong strategy around, how much traffic do we drive? How can we increase that revenue? But balancing that with what the margin is and what's left over, right? There's no point in, 10xing revenue if the margin that you make on that is decreased by 10x. So you've got to get that balance right. And that's a pricing automation. These are very important aspects that need to be solved by agencies. Managing inventory levels, especially if they are full service and they're dealing with stock or working with partners that have their stock, understanding FBA, FBM, and distribution networks around that to ensure that they have enough stock going into Amazon, but also that stock moves quickly. Because if you can move that stock quickly in Amazon, the algorithm will really stay on point, right? And that's a really important factor. Some other things, leveraging Amazon advertising. Clearly Amazon has got many different programs, but understanding how to use that, what strategy you need to use for that advertising, whether it's research, whether it's conversion, whether it's brand protection. These are all important strategies on the Amazon platform now you need to solve. Internal traffic programs, using Amazon posts, how to use internal PR campaigns to drive traffic internally on Amazon, and then obviously outside traffic channels, which are huge, and the attribution around that. These are definitely challenges that agencies need to solve. Attribution is key for sure, because typically agencies will have outside traffic campaigns driving to listings on Amazon, and they need to understand how well those are doing and how effective they are. So it becomes a bigger marketing challenge for agencies. Policies and procedures. We know Amazon is a stickler for changing things, and you've got to stay aligned with Amazon. And more importantly, if there are problems, how do you solve them? So, this is a huge challenge for agencies, and typically full service agencies, some of them might have internal resources that help to solve problems through Amazon support, but they also partner with specialist agencies in this area. Managing product reviews and ratings. We know that's always a challenge for sellers and for agencies. Expanding internationally. I think this is a big piece that we also help solve, is helping agencies talk to their clients and understand and help them consult around expanding a brand internationally across Amazon marketplaces and when to do that. And also looking at expanding within a subcategory or a brand. What are the other opportunities that a brand can expand into? And we have some reporting around that can really help them to answer those questions for their clients. Managing competitive tactics and staying on top of a full client's portfolio. This is definitely an agency challenge. When you're managing a large portfolio of clients who some of them have a lot of SKUs that they have to manage, trying to stay on top of that on a daily basis and getting alerts for some of the smaller SKUs. Are they active, inactive? Are they well optimized? Is there ACOS or tacos upside down? Getting some high level insights to really stay on top of a portfolio is critical, right? Because there's sometimes thousands of ASINs that you have to look at. So doing things in bulk and getting alerts in the right way and getting something that can guide the account managers is critical. And so, hey, I actually had 9. So I didn't even have 10 on here, but there's plenty more. So the 10th, I think, would probably be having a system that is scalable, right? So, when you have a few account managers and having something that allows you to scale and be efficient in terms of how you manage each client and having the data that you need around that client and not mixing it across clients' portfolios is a weak point in a lot of softwares. And that's one of the biggest advantages of Zongoo, is that we have a sub-project view for every single client where you can do all your optimizations within that sub-project view, so that you don't mix and match between different clients, right? So I would say that's number 10 as a big challenge for agencies. So those are, I would say a lot of the key challenges, going macro across the niche all the way down to specific optimizations that you need to do for a specific client. What we do best at Zongoo, and some of the things that make us stand out, especially for the agencies, and our product market fit there is excellent, is that we have that scalable sub-account and portfolio dashboard view. So, typically if you're managing 50 clients and you have 5 or 6 account managers or brand managers that manage those accounts, we give you a portfolio dashboard across your whole client set, and then we give you a sub-account for each of those clients that you can manage and optimize. And there's unlimited access that you can give to team members and permissions for specific tools, all tools. VAs can get access to certain ones. There's a very scalable way that you can set up and give permissions to the tools, not only for your team, but for your clients as well, if you want. This is one of the biggest things, I think, in terms of our data. We're an operational tool set. I told you we have 18 different tools. There are definitely competitors in the space that have similar tools, but where we really stand out and why it makes such a difference at the agency level is that we have an internal filter where everything that we do, we look at the data and we understand what is the 80-20 rule. What is the 20% of something that has the 80% impact on your business. And we really focus on that from a relevancy perspective. So our tools are very good at moving the needle for your business and doing it very fast and efficiently. And when you're doing things at the agency level, that is really important. So as an account manager, if I have a tool that is really efficient, that gets me to focus on the things that make a difference and reduces my admin work in a reasonable manner, and I can do that across the portfolio, that's where we really stand out, right? So we've always done that in our tools, and it really stands out at the agency level. Again, we help to level up the account managers, which is critical. So we not only help them by giving them quality data in the right way, but we also guide them and we automate certain processes to ensure that they're tracking the right performance metrics that manage and move the needle for big clients, right? Reduce the admin work for sure. And then, overall, we increase revenue. We track across our whole portfolio those that implement our tools, especially on the SEO side. And currently we track about 72% increase in revenue across our whole portfolio. So our tools absolutely work. And if you use them, you're going to get an increase in revenue, for your clients. And, you can manage the profitability on that as well. We do provide one-on-one access. So as I said, we really focus on our agency clients and our aggregators. We have a one-on-one relationship with them with the Slack integration that we have. And we're trying to really help them grow their businesses because it's one of our fastest growing segments, but there's a trickle down effect. Whatever we're solving in that level, we bring all that sophistication down to our seller level as well. So whatever we're doing at that level, at a complex, challenge that we're solving, our SMB, smaller private label sellers also benefit from that as well. And we're going to jump in and I'm going to touch on some of the points inside of our tool right now, but some key features and data points that we do have for our agencies is a portfolio dashboard, the business metrics dashboard at the sub-account view, which does actually include a traffic feature, which covers session and conversion percent, which is such a critical thing for anybody to manage their Amazon business. We have actionable insights that actually guide the account managers and tell them what they need to optimize to improve the overall SKU and ASIN level for a client. So there's the daily tasks that they can take on and improve. The SEO side of our tool set is incredibly strong, both for our our smaller private label sellers and our agencies, and the first ever integration of ChatGPT, which we've talked about in the past, which really helps to speed up listing creation for agencies. And importantly, it's not replacing the work that agencies do. It's helping to give you a great baseline that you can then bring your expertise to and improve. So it does a really good job of showing how well a listing is optimized, and then importantly, how to improve it and be the best listing on page one. Contextual SEO. So, again, tools that will show you what are the best keywords to use or put into a PPC manual campaign or into a listing. But importantly, where are competitors strong, where are they weak, and how to beat them, which I think is very unique in our tool set. And then we do have reporting around market niche and market share evaluation, which is critical for agencies and is only available at the enterprise level. There's some similarities with our kind of smaller sellers in terms of tools and what they use, but there's some big differences. And we also do things at the agency level at bulk. So you can do CSV uploads, downloads at bulk to really help improve the process for tracking or listing creation, etc. And we do give a Slack integration for our enterprise clients. So with that, I can jump over and just highlight a few things in our tool that are important for agencies. And then obviously, through the link that you have, Augustus, they can sign up, get access to all the tools, and then get on a demo with us to be able to use our different products and connect with our customer success managers. Great. So I'm going to jump in and show you some key differences or unique things that we have within our tool set. This first view here, this is a demo account. Any agency or enterprise brand that manages multiple storefronts will have access to this internal view, typically for your C-suite or for your account managers. And this is, when you connect any single client's brand here, you could have 10, you could have 50. There's some very high-level portfolio metrics. So this is our portfolio dashboard, and you can see things like revenue, ACOS, TACOs, and you can see overall growth percentage and month-over-month performance. So this is a good way to have a look at your high-level portfolio, see if there's any high-level problems or potentials that you want to look at, and then you dive into each of those accounts, and you will see the sub-project view. And the sub-project view looks like this. So if I dive into one account, let's say this is brand A, I have a full dashboard that's available at the sub-project view for that brand only. And that is for all of their products across all of their markets, or you can refresh this data, this dashboard for specific products, specific SKUs for specific marketplaces. So it's very flexible in terms of how you set it up. I won't highlight everything on this, but this is a typical, business analyst dashboard. We do have a section here called Take Action. It's not live in the demo, but essentially what it does is it highlights specific actions that you need to take for the business. So it might tell you some SKUs that are inactive or some key metrics that are not performing as well as they have previously, and give you insights in terms of what to take action on. And then we do have profitability and revenue metrics, historical dashboards, event tracking that you can embed into your historical dashboards to track competitors or your own clients' brands and how they perform, and any changes that have happened to those. So if they lose buy box, if they go out of stock, you can see that in your dashboard. So it gives you context when you're looking at sales increasing or decreasing or profits. We do have our traffic section, which is pretty unique. This is sessions and conversion percents across your whole portfolio or for individual, SKUs. And then we do have some paid media breakdowns, some high-level keyword movers, and then a very detailed view of every single SKU and how that looks over time, across the brand. So it's every single operational metric that you need to look at in terms of managing your overall brand. You can give clients access to this. You can also give VAs access to any of these tools. And we have a number of tools here for that. So, all the product research tools, all the listing optimization tools, monitoring alerts, etc. I would say some of the unique ones to check out would be our love hate tool. We've talked about that in the past. That's word cloud assimilation of all reviews for a category to give insights around positive and negative sentiment, which is used in creative copy. Our listing optimization tools, I'll show you this right now, but on Listing Optimizer, what's really good about it is you can see context. So you can load keywords on the left-hand side from our keyword tool, and you can pull in any of up to 8 different listings on the right-hand side. So typically I would put in the main competitor listings for a category, and it would get rated based on how well it's optimized for keywords. For example, in this one here, golf cooler, this one here is in the top 14% for all listings for this category. We tell you how well it's optimized, where it includes the keywords, and you can use this as a comparison to creating your own listing, or you can even generate an AI listing. You can give it context over here, and that will take 30 seconds and typically generate a listing that is better optimized than the best on page 1. You can see this AI listing that I've just created here. It's written in the way that works well for the algorithm, and it's got a better score to the top 9% versus competitors. And you can go ahead and edit this, and you can upload it directly to Amazon. So it's a very fast and efficient way to create a listing, edit it, finesse it, and more importantly, compare how well it's optimized versus the main competitors for that niche, and then be able to show that to a client and move on to the next listing. So again, this tool and our keyword tool are resulting in a typical return on increase in revenue of up to 72%, right? So it's a really good tool right now. And then, we have monitoring alert, keyword tracker, product pulse, and review automation. So again, everything operationally that you need to use for the business. And then we do have a reporting feature, which is only available at the enterprise level, but we have a number of different templates that are white label, available in Microsoft BI or Tableau to solve certain use cases. So for example, this report here is called the Brand Expansion Analysis Report, which is for a use case around understanding the subcategory of your clients and what other niches they could expand into for their brand. And we look at things like total revenue. This is for the sports category subcategory. So treadmill has got the highest revenue out of all the categories there. We show things like search volume. We have a scoring system across every single niche to understand what are the best niches and worst niches to go into. And then we also look at search volume, search volume growth. There's 14 different views in this one specific report. So we have reports like this. We have reports around market share, overall niche size, niche trends, etc. That, in your onboarding session, we'd take you through and show you all the different reports that you can get access to as well. So again, that's available just at the enterprise level. And that's it. I think, it's a very high level demo. I wanted to make sure that we could touch on the main challenges that agencies focus on and how they solve that, and importantly, how you solve it with data, with an operational tool set like SongGuru that we have, that is a very specific architectural solution for agencies to help them scale, be more efficient, and reduce the admin work of their account managers. We get a lot of feedback from CEOs saying not only does it help to increase the revenue of our clients, but it actually helps us to retain our staff because they're happier, they're focusing on things that move the needle, and they're doing less administrative work and really focus on things that matter, right? So we do make a difference there.
Yeah, it's a great overview. I'm really happy to bring the first solution to our audience for agencies. I hope agencies are listening and they got some information which they saved a one-on-one call with you, and now they know what you are offering. And again, the link to this offer you will find below in the description. And John, do you have any other kind of features which you are planning to open up for agencies in your offer?
Yeah, there's a lot. I think, right now we're very focused on the roadmap for agencies and, solving things at that level, which, it is a new segment in this industry of ours. So there's many things to solve. We have a pretty strong roadmap, a lot of things around bulk optimizations, some further additional work on our main flagship tools, keyword research, SEO, which we're doing. We've just launched the version 2 of our ChatGPT. We have a version 3 coming out pretty soon. So getting all of that kind of feedback from agencies and implementing it as fast as we can, is important. So the roadmap is pretty extensive. So again, if you're an agency, you jump in, you do get an extended trial, you get a one-on-one consulting session, and a way to ramp up the team. We also have accreditation programs for the team, and we really try to take on all of the training and the SOP creation to reduce that effort on the agency side. So we train up the whole team, and we show them how to use the tool. And obviously, the results are there for clients in terms of seeing increases in revenue over time.
It's really nice to hear that you have all the documentation for the team, so the operations manager doesn't need to worry about this. And thanks a lot, John, and see you in the future. Good luck in your business. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Augustus. Appreciate it.
If you're an Amazon agency, check the link below in the description for a special ZonGuru agency plan. And you have an extended trial to try their platform. And also you will get an onboarding call where ZonGuru team will help you to train your team to use their software. And now I would like to invite you to watch other video with John, where he shows the ChatGPT integration with their ZonGuru tools. Check this out.